Today is another day in Chengdu, China, and the weather today is whatever, but that's kind of the norm here because Chengdu is located in a basin, so the weather is always kind of overcasty. Today, I'll be visiting a noodle shop, but not just any noodle shop. It is a Michelin noodle shop. I'll be there in a minute. Holy, that is a lot of people. Okay, now I am seated at this place called Beida Pugaimian, and I am not alone. Joining me, I have my friend Ma Tanzhang, aka Captain Carbohydrate or Captain Carb. Yeah. He also
Good name.
Yeah, he also has a channel and he does a lot of stuff around Chengdu for like small eats, all kinds of like noodles, carbohydrate, things like that. Mostly noodles,
yeah.
Right? So
Carb man.
Yes,
Carb man.
Carb Captain. Captain Carb.
Yeah, it's challenging because I never speak English during my video.
It's good, you know, he speaks Mandarin and Southwestern Mandarin, which is like Sichuanese in his channel, but he's gonna try it for you guys. A little bit of English, you know. If you think your English sucks, you can just switch.
Yeah, I will try my best to express myself.
Okay, so first, this place is mad crowded. Don't expect to have a table for yourself. Just look at it, like we have everyone here eating their noodles. You're having one of those small plates with number on it, and then you can order and then you wait. This place is like super crowded. There's like no seat inside. We all have to sit outside. But even in that case, it's like quite crowded. But anyways, we have 4 different type of noodle here. This is Qintang Sujiao. This is gizzards. This is 牛肉, and this is酸菜肉丝. I'm gonna get to the detail of each dish later on because all these names are in Chinese. I'm gonna explain a little bit. Oh, this place is called Beida Pugaimian, right? So Beida stands for Northern Bridge, which is this bridge that we're at. Pugaimian is this type of noodle, which is like blanket noodle because it's thick like blanket. And this one has Michelin status. It is Michelin Bib Gourmand. So as you know, like Michelin, there's like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, but it's also Bib Gourmand, which is like a little less than a star, but it's still good food and good value. Okay, so here, this is the first one. This is Qintang Sujiao. So Sujiao is like this. Well, actually, it literally translates into vegan chili. Don't ask me why it's called vegan when there's pork in it, but hey. And Qintang is this broth. So this is basically clear soup. And look at this noodle here. This is what we call blanket noodle because it's massive. And they were making all the noodles like in-house. Like basically like throw the pieces into the pot, which is like a sight to behold. And well, just look at this. We have the clear broth. We have some yellow peas and this like thick noodles. Here is the blanket noodle.
You can see that is the secret. The beans, the pea.
Yes, this is the yellow peas and we have the meat sauce.
Yes, this is helping the
thickness.
Helping the noodle to get more taste.
Okay.
By this.
So infuse some of the flavors.
Yes.
And also it has lard in it, so pork fat. I think this is one of the most hectic Michelin restaurants I've ever been to. Well, Michelin Bib Gourmand noodle shop. So wow, look at this. It's like big. Okay, let's dig in. I can't wait. That's too big. That's what she said. Well, this thing is massive. First, the noodle. You know the description that we use when we eat certain things like the brain? We'll say it tastes like pillow because it's like fluffy and light. This thing tastes like blanket. Like literally, if pillow is like fluffy and light, then this blanket is maybe not as fluffy but still light and quite sizable. That's actually a very good description of the noodle. Looks like blanket, tastes like blanket. Let me try a little bit of soup. Oh, that soup is good. So first, this is not spicy, right? As you can see, you have like a very subtle like lard flavor in it. And also this yellow pea infused this like little bit of a smooth nutty flavor in it. Pork sauce, not a lot, mostly for decorations. And for this bowl noodle, because it's like not spicy, it's more like a soupy one. So you don't have a whole lot of flavor on the noodle itself, aside from the flavor from the soup. Next up, the second bowl, we have Suan Cai Rou Si. This is sour cabbage noodle. So this is sour cabbage slices, and that is pork slices. We have some scallions, and those are the noodles. So again, blanket noodle, very thick, and we have the pork slices, sour cabbage slices. Oh, that aroma, I can already smell it. Like this fermented, slightly sour flavor from it. This was one of my favorites. And as you can see, there's also these little yellow peas here because it's a bit starchy, so it kind of like infused into the soup, make it thicker and has more flavor. That reminds me of some of the Burmese food, but well, naturally because Burmese food has a lot of Chinese influences. So this is, well, that's the noodle. Look at this. So this is the pork slices, right? Then these are the sour cabbage. It's massive blanket noodle size of my palm. Like look at this, right? Like that's almost the same size. The noodle is the same, thick and fluffy, but this time it attaches the flavor from this sour cabbage soup. One thing with this type of noodle though, because it's so big, it's not like those smaller string noodles. So the flavor on the surface of the noodle isn't as intense as a string noodles because the other one has a larger surface area. It looks smaller, but like each string has surface area on it, right? This one is massive. It still has a good amount of surface area, but not as big as the other one. The sour cabbage is really good. Slightly sour, umami. Also, pork fat in it. Some soup. The soup is good. Again, with the same yellow peas, the same flavor, but the addition of the sour cabbage is really nice. Also, a little bit of a Sichuan peppercorn, a little bit aftertaste. That's a nice addition as well. Okay, so moving on, we have the other two dishes. This is the spicy version. This is gizzard, which is chicken gizzard. Okay, so here we have this chicken gizzard, as you can see, scallion, and again, massive blanket noodle. It's quite thick and it's not as easy to mix these. All right, let's try this chicken gizzard. This flavor is definitely a bit more intensive. The blanket noodle is the same, massive, fluffy. It's quite difficult to eat. Gizzard tastes like gizzard, a little crunchy, tender, side chili oil, a little bean flavors. Let me try a little bit of soup. Okay, so look at this. We have all the beans. That's the broth. And this is chili, green pepper circle type of thing. This flavor profile, we call it jiachang, which is like family style. When it's slightly spicy, a little bit like doubanjiang, like fermented bean sauce, and a little bit chili oil. If you like spicy one, then you'll probably like this one better. So the last one we have Pai Gu. So this is Pai Gu, basically pork rib and bamboo shoot, a very classic flavor profile. Again, as you can see, there are the green peas. They got green peas in every dish. I mean, that's a lot of carb. That's like double carb. Again, so we have this massive noodle. This is Pai Gu, right? You can see there's a piece of bone-in rib bamboo shoots. And I'm not gonna talk about the size again, but that's the blanket noodle. It's a challenge to eat every time because it's so massive. Man, this thing is filling. After a couple of these, you'll be full. This one fully attaches the flavor from the soup. This one, again, is a little spicy. It's not spicy by our standards, but if you don't eat spicy, this is considered a little spicy, but just small heat. This is the pork rib, bone-in. The flavor is completely absorbed, but not too spicy. Bamboo shoots, same flavor. A little crunchy, but I think this one is a bit on the older side. It's not as tender. The soup is good. When you're eating Chinese noodle, soup is an essential part of the dish. Captain Carb is hungry, so he's gonna eat now.
Yeah. I'm Captain Labor. Cameraman. Actually, this one is the
Your favorite?
most loudest cake 打出来。
Old-time regular customers'
Yes,
favorite.
they like this, but someone said it's not. 但是味道不错了，就比如说比以前好吃算了，不错，甚至连宣传它。
It's funny, like I'm eating this noodle here, and this good grandma next to me, she has been to New York, and she was talking about Niagara Falls, and what a small world. I mean, like I live in New York, and I come back here. I didn't expect at this place, like this noodle shop, the good old grandma next to me happened to have been to New York.
18年。
Niagara Falls. Grandma is fashionable. She's been to France too. We finished everything. All right, we have just finished our lunch at the Blanket Noodle Shop.
So what do you think?
I think it's good. I like it. It's unique. I mean, the noodle is, to be honest, might not be everyone's take because it's like too massive.
Yeah.
It's not as easy to eat, but it's still an interesting experience. Some people like it. I'm okay with it, but I might actually prefer like the normal string noodle better. But this is something I will at least try once.
Yeah. So this is not typical Chengdu noodle.
Okay.
It's not typical.
Okay.
The taste and the shape,
Yeah.
it's not typical.
Yeah.
So it's special.
Yes.
It's even it is special for local Chengdu people.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it is Michelin
Michelin Bib
yeah,
Gourmand.
Michelin. So it brings to the noodle restaurant a little bit mystery
And theme.
Yes.
Yes.
So you have to try some very local one
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah, we're gonna try
Street
some more.
noodles.
Stay
Street
tuned.
noodle.
subscribe and stay tuned.
Yeah,
See you
and-
next one.
Spicy and
Ciao, ciao.
yeah.